Hello chess lovers, Zoran here, and in today's video I want to share with you an interesting attacking game played by Viktor Korchnoi. Korchnoi's opponent is Brazilian chess player Rubens Alberto Filguth, international master from 1983. Meanwhile, this game was played in 1979 in Brazilian city Sao Paulo. Filguth opened up with e4, to which Korchnoi answered with e6. Korchnoi goes for his favorite French defense, and against French we have the Tarrasch variation, something which Anatoly Karpov played against Korchnoi many times during their famous encounters. And yeah, these are lines which, of course, Korchnoi analyzed heavily. Knight c6, knight e2, b6. Black wants to put the bishop on a6, either to trade off or just to occupy that diagonal. If white won't move away the bishop, then black can play a5 and then bishop a6. Here white castled kingside, and after c takes d4, c takes d4, black attacked white bishop. And once it retreated, Korchnoi light squared the bishop. This bad French bishop occupied a very nice diagonal. Knight f3, rook c8, rook e1, bishop e7, a3 knight goes back, b3 knight b8, and yeah, this knight b8 is a very interesting move. Now you will understand what's the idea hidden behind it. Bishop b2 h5, h3. It's a little bit strange. What's the point of playing h3, you know? Somehow white is at the same time weakening the king side, and I have such an impression that white doesn't have a definite strategic idea. White still can't figure out how to play, how to proceed. And it was in here that Korchnoi made a very interesting move. Can you find his next move? Ready? Well, this move is actually the logical continuation of knight b8. Korchnoi played king d7. Look at this, guys. A move like this we have already seen many times in French defense. And so Korchnoi wants either to transfer his king to the queen side to b7 or a8, or live on d7 and go for a kingside pawn push. Knight g3, knight a5. Here black of course could go for g5 straight away, but we have knight a5 by Korchnoi, knight d2, and then Korchnoi played g6. Knight f1 and then g5. Yeah, he's not hurrying and is gradually intensifying the pressure. There comes g4, h takes g4. So in here white is missing a very nice attacking line, but let's first finish the game and then I will turn on Stockfish. We will cover some sidelines. We have h takes g4 by Filguth. He's accepting the pawn sacrifice, but this is something which is allowing black to expose white's king side. Queen g7, freeing the g8 square for the rook, knight f3, rook g8, g3, rook h3, threatening rook takes g3, king h1, rook gh8, rook g1. Better was playing king g2, but once again, we will come back to this critical point once we finish the game. Rook g1, queen h6, creating a direct mating threat, rook g2, and knight takes b3. This black knight is just in time, and relying on the fact that this queen is overloaded, black goes for it. Now if, for example, queen takes b3, then Korchnoi's idea was to play bishop e2, but actually in here you have to play queen b2 and allow this bishop e2. And then, for example, you can play king g1. And the fight goes on, you know, the fight goes on. White is pretty much still holding, although the pressure is big. But in here, white made bishop d3 move, which is a crucial mistake and is losing. Queen takes d3, and the rook on a1 dropped. Yeah, bishop d3 was a huge mistake, and it was very strange that Filguth didn't dare to capture on b3. Rook g1, queen takes a3, bishop c3, bishop b4, check, knight c6, white resigned. Right now we have a very ugly pin, and if we move like rook a1, then just queen takes c3. And this check is not dangerous, black can just play king e8. And if check, then just king e7. And if here, then of course rook h8 is also playable, but black has a nice Zwischenzug. And yeah, this is how black can win. That's why after knight c6, white resigned. What I want to do right now is to go through some critical points while stockfish is on. So in here we have h takes g4, but better was playing b4. And this is something which gives birth to a wonderful combination. Now if knight takes c6, then white has an amazing knight e4 move. But believe me, this is a very complex combination, and this is something which even many elite players can't figure out. Now if d takes e4, then either d5 or bishop takes e4 followed by d5, and white is managing to launch a very dangerous attack. Or after knight e4, if g takes h3, then b5, and then knight c3, and then knight takes d5. So b5 followed by knight c3, knight takes d5 is again something which is difficult to find, and thus white can gain a very dangerous attack. Knight f6 can follow, this bishop can come, and now it's white who is attacking. Instead we have h takes g4, and this is something which gives black an initiative, and black is getting a really nice attack on the king side. Against the Viktor the Terrible, definitely allowing this type of an attack was not a good decision. King h1, rook g8, rook g1. So as mentioned, this rook g1 is not good, and here is why. Turns out that in here black has a winning queen g4 move, something which Korchnoi overlooked. Right now queen takes f3 is the threat, and if rook g2, then black has a very nice bishop f1 move. Maybe bishop f1 was the move which Korchnoi overlooked. A very beautiful move, right guys? Bishop f1, an amazing move. And after queen g4, what else white can do? If king g2, then check, and then queen h3 is coming, queen takes h2, and looks like that this king is going to have a terrible weekend. Instead, after rook g1, we have queen h6, rook g2, and then came knight b3, bishop d3. So instead of queen takes b3, we have bishop d3, and yeah, white's position collapses. It's over. It's over. So what I liked very much in this game was that a king d7 idea, and then a pawn storm on the king side, and French defense players can use this idea very effectively, you know. On the other hand, white missed a very nice resource that was also a useful one, an idea like knight e4. Again, keep an eye on ideas like that, and please analyze these type of positions carefully. They are very practical. In the chess puzzle for you, where the task is to win with the white pieces. As usual, we'll wait for your answer in the comment section. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in my next video. Take care.